really going to support you guys into seeing how to embrace change. Change begins with you. Choose to see and feel and speak about yourself in a really powerful and beautiful way. Options as big as your goals that are really going to get you to where you want to be.
Welcome back to another episode of Keys to the Queendom. I am Tamara Maya, and with the help of my incredible guests, I'm on a mission to lift the curtains on all the secret tips, tools, and strategies I wish I had known while building my first business. So if you are ready to unlock your full potential, welcome to the Queendom.
How to embrace change. Now, this is a really incredible episode for you guys after I've explained in previous episodes on, who I am. I really felt called to really talk about how important it is to embrace change. Because a lot of the times people go, great, I'm ready to change, but I don't know where to begin. And I would love to give a roadmap to it or a strategy behind it, but everyone is different. But I truly believe what I started to do with this framework is really going to support you guys into seeing how to embrace change. Hey guys, real quick. Have you ever been stressed out or stuck on a problem you just can't seem to figure out, and then a friend or a mentor comes along with like a fresh perspective and shows you a solution that completely changes the game for you? I'm smiling right now as I say this because I know I've had a ton of these moments while building my businesses and remembering back to all the people I have been helped by, which gets me so excited. So I want to pass on the information here and give you guys a favor to build this Queendom community. Whatever platform you are listening on, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and tune in every Wednesday, because you just never know when you'll hear that special something that completely changes the game for you. And when it happens, make sure you leave behind 5 stars so we know our efforts are making an impact. I love you guys. Let's get back into it. And how I, spoke about in my last episode, change begins with you. So what I want you guys to do today is merely ask yourself this question. Who are you? Yeah. Who are you? Not your name, not what other people think. Who are you? Are you someone that is anxious? Are you successful? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a people pleaser? Are you someone that, is in victim mentality? Start to really gauge the type of person you are each and every day. And I did this exercise with my Queendom girls in a relation to obviously embracing change and in business, because in order for us to obviously create change and embrace it, we need to be beginning with ourselves, right? So I always come back to, who am I? Am I the person I am here being that I need to become? Am I actually choosing the person I want to be? So it's a really big question, and a lot of people get really taken aback by it. But I really want you to start to see it from the context. I speak from this thing of the belief that we have about ourselves versus the believer. And this is a really great way to really embody, how you start to see who you are. But when you think about the beliefs you have of yourself, like, I believe, I am a people pleaser, or I believe that I have anxiety, I believe I have, no money. I'm just using these examples as a bit of a lack of belief, right? Because the goal is to focus on who we need to be, right? So we can change these beliefs we have. Just like we can change our life, our physical reality, by choosing and believing and doing the work and taking action, right? But it starts with understanding what beliefs we have of ourselves and letting go of those beliefs and choosing new beliefs, but more from the context of the believer. Now, the believer is, I'm going to use really positive ones, is I am an entrepreneur. I am a CEO. I am a queen that is here to take on the world. It's really using powerful affirmations that's going to encourage you to see who you need to become. So this is a really good exercise that you guys can start to really take on in order to start to seeing and envisioning and becoming who you need to be by looking at who you are not and also removing your old beliefs you had about yourself. Now, once I did this, I started to look at the relationship I had within myself and building new relationships too. Because a lot of the times, the relationship we have within comes from behavioral flexibility, right? Which is the energy, the focus, the language we have within ourselves and our physiology. So I start to think about, in order for me to really build a really good relationship within, where is my energy going every day? What is the language I'm saying about myself every day? What awareness do I have of my physiology? How do I walk? How do I talk? How do I speak about myself? What do I do about my physical and internal body? And these are the things you can start to navigate to change, to make changes for small progression. I know a lot of people feel like the big C word becomes really hard and scary, but it actually, in fact, isn't. It becomes really easy when you see it from a perspective of the language, the energy, the physiology, and start by seeing what you say to yourself on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. And start to choose to switch those 3 things. Okay. Right now in this moment, my energy is focused on lack of. I seem to always focus on the negative. I'm going to change that. Okay. I'm going to look at my language. Right now, I really am quite mean to myself. I'm actually saying every morning, I can't be bothered going to work, or, I look really bad in that outfit. Do I have to even speak to this person? And start to navigate and see even how you respond to people and change it. Just choose to change it. And the minute you start to put awareness to that, it becomes easier. I want you to make it as a bit of a fun exercise. The minute you catch yourself being in an unresourceful state, choose to shift it. Choose to see and feel and speak about yourself in a really powerful and beautiful way. Choose to have your shoulders upright. Choose to smile. Choose to move your body. These are all the things that can be really simple and easy, yet so effective to create change. Now, when it comes to focusing on those 3 things, I want you to really take it on board and start to do it on a regular basis. How's my energy? How's my language? How's my physiology? And it actually becomes really easy and really simple when you start to write this down and start to put energy into it and just be quick to shift the perspective and the mindset around that. Now, once I started to really look after that part of my life, I started to look at the people in my life, who I surround myself with. Because what they say, and it's true, you are your 5 top people that you spend the most time with. And I know this is quite hard to really navigate, but there are people in your life right now that you can definitely question and reflect, are these people really bringing in, the version of myself that I'm here to be? Are they creating emotional, intellectual, spiritual conversations that really lift you up? Are there people in your life that you just feel like are sucking the energy out of your life? And so embracing change is also looking at the people in your life and the people that are not in your life. And it's about putting energy into the ones you want, or even surrounding yourself with the people you are envisioning yourself to be like. And that is a really great way to surround yourself with people you believe are going to encourage you and inspire you and empower you to be the person you need to become. And even from a business perspective, it's also going to motivate you to really be surrounded by people that are going to lift you up and also Be your biggest cheerleader. Now, once you've done that, it really becomes easy to set goals in motion in whatever part of your life you want to look at. And so we did this exercise not long ago for my clients, but I have this beautiful framework around goal setting, because once you've really worked on your identity, your physiology and energy, the people you're around, and then also starting to make some big changes in rules and new beliefs, it becomes easier to set goals. And so this framework is called GROW, and it's goals, reality, options, and way forward. And so what I encourage you guys to do is list as many goals that you have around this version of the person you want to become, and also see what is there that you really want to achieve. And I don't want you guys to write, I want to go to the gym every day. I really want to encourage like the big goals that we are afraid of. Because in order to embrace change, it's also embracing those goals that become really scary and, wow, impossible. It's about being liberated and actually putting yourself in this position of like, I can actually do all of these things. So I get really big with my clients about, don't just dream small, dream big. What are the things this new version of yourself would be doing? I use this in the context of business because I love it, because I always go back to, becoming that $1 million mindset person. Would I be stressing about money or stressing about, the little things in life, or, if I'm going through like team changes or leadership things? I always go back to, going back to that mindset of the CEO or the millionaire mindset I want to become. What are the goals around there that I really want to stick to and achieve? And that really supports, a lot of my goal setting sessions with my clients. So going back to, again, embracing change and going back to, after all these pieces we've put in, write down really big goals. Now, the next part of this is, looking at your reality. Now, this is not from a context of like, I'm here to bring your, back to like the level of what we're at. No, it's actually like, where are you at in life right now? Where are you at and where do you want to go? Because while we have these big audacious goals, we really do need to reflect on our life and be open to like, this is my reality, and get really clear on that. Write them down. Are you currently, in a 9-to-5 job? Is your reality, you might have a certain amount of money in your bank account that you don't want right now, or you want to have more of? Is your reality that you have been in really toxic relationships? Is your reality that you are currently right now, in a relationship that no longer serves you? Really get clear on these big, really confronting things, because it's important for us to then see from our reality where we want to go, which leads me to the next framework, which is options. And a lot of the times people get like really like shy about this section. They go, my options are just to, get up every day and do my affirmations. No, fuck that shit. It's really about like options as big as your goals that are really going to get you to where you want to be. So really think big. Don't think about the how. Don't let your mind take over, because that's my job as a coach. I'm here to bring the how and obviously fast track you to get there quicker, but start to really see and open where your mind goes. I always say to my client, don't think, just feel. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? And write it down. And the idea of this exercise is to really create that sort of embracing fear, but embracing change. And it's like, oh, wow, this is all really new and scary, but allow yourself to get there. Because the more you can really think and dream big, it really gets to become your reality, right? So we're near at the end of the episode. I know I don't want it to end either. And I love you guys so much for tuning in every week and coming to this journey with me. But the good news is it doesn't have to end here. If you've gotten value from today, I have something really special I want to share with you. Now, most people are very dedicated to learning from podcasts or books, but when it comes to taking the action required to make these ambitions come true, they retreat back to their comfort zone and listen to another podcast. But I know that there is a small group of queens listening right now that are hungry for more. You want complete freedom over how you spend your time and money, and you want to be able to do it from anywhere in the world. I understand you. I was you. And now I have complete freedom over my time, location, and money. And I did it all with my social media blueprint. And if you are part of the group that takes action towards your dream life, I have included an exclusive link for you to jump on board below at 50% off. I appreciate you queens all so much. Now let's finish this one with a bang. The first step is believing it. And so the next part to that is way forward. And again, when it comes to embracing change, we do need to take action. And the way forward part is basically looking at everything you've written down in your options and creating an action plan on how to get there. So as an example, if your goal was to, focus on yourself and embrace single life and start to love yourself, and the options you had of that was, maybe, having a mentor in your corner, maybe, start, looking after your body. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's even like seeing yourself at different events, putting yourself out there more, going on dating apps. And then from there, we take action. The first step to, embracing a new version of yourself and change and, maybe focusing on prioritizing yourself, maybe, actually scheduling a call with someone that's going to help and support your growth. Or it could even be, letting a friend know that this is what you're doing. It could even be getting yourself to a dance class. These are the things that a lot of people get stuck on. They write their big goals, but then they leave it after that. They go, yeah, I'm done. See ya. But when you look at your big goal, you look at your options. Well, you look at your reality, then you look at your options, and then you look at how you can actually implement action and change. It doesn't seem as scary, especially when you have people in your corner that are going to support you. And so this framework is something I truly believe in, and there's more in depth of that, of course. But I think this is going to be really good for you guys if you're sitting down or driving and listening, just to take these notes down and see what comes up. And I would love to hear from you guys. Like, share it with me, DM me on Instagram, put it on the Facebook group, or even, send me an email, whatever it is, let me know. Let me be your accountability buddy. I love when people do this exercise, and I really want to just see so many of you queens embracing change and becoming the version of yourself that you were born to be. So I hope this episode has enticed yourself, made you a little wet. Maybe you're a little bit tingly right now. I don't even know. Maybe you're a little bit scared. Great. Go with it, but let it excite you, because fear is only there to keep us safe. And basically, when we commit to change and see it as a really exciting, exhilarating thing, it gets to become easy. And I hope, again, I hear from you all. Until next time, for the next episode with Keys to the Queendom.